What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM production empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM production empire. Packed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy.
Do you wish you had more stupid in your life?
Yes.
Well, come down to Stupid Steven's Stupid Emporium. We have all the stupid you could ever want, located at 222 Evergreen, right off the New Jersey Turnpike, next to the Shitacus. You can get things like
Poop school.
and
Boner coffee.
and who could live without.
Job unfair.
We have bought way too much stupid stuff, and we are That's right. And we are overflowing, and we need to cut prices. And we are do that just for you.
You.
So come on down to Stupid Steven's Emporium at 222 Evergreen, right off the New Jersey Turnpike next to the Shitacus. No credit? Don't worry. We don't even know what that is.
Not here.
So call us at 555-212-2121 or on our website at
www.geocities.com/CR L531/next to Stuckies/stupid.
www.stupidsteven's Stupid Emporium was taken. So we're making it work.
You know what it's like.
When you are looking for stupid
Everywhere.
everywhere. That's Stupid Steven's Emporium at 222 Evergreen off the New Jersey Turnpike next to the Shitacus.
Stuckies. Not affiliated.
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid, so you don't have to. I'm so tired.
I know. I'm
Just-
still tired.
Yeah, trying to recover from the python. I threw off my sleep schedule.
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, people sit there, they're like, well, it's only 24 hours. It wasn't 24 hours because we did shit during the day.
Yeah.
So it was like 35 hours.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And then for some reason, I saw a message from you the next day. It was at like after midnight. The stream ended at 6 o'clock.
Right.
And it's like you were about to just fall asleep as people were walking out the door.
Right.
Like you were standing in the middle of the room like, I'm going to fall asleep right here. And then you sent me a message like 6 hours later. It was like, I'm still awake.
Yeah, no,
Do you remember sending that?
I think I did, but I think it was because, so like around 9:30, I was like, I'm done. And this is like 9:30 for me on a Saturday night. Like,
That's 3.5 hours later than
Yeah.
I thought you would last.
Right.
I thought 6:01 you'd be like, everyone ate the fuck.
No, I ate a hamburger. I had Portillo's, I ate a hamburger. And then I was watching Netflix, Malcolm in the Middle. And I was enjoying
That's
the
when
quiet.
that's when you know you have a problem.
Shut up.
Because you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. But I'm also in the middle of rewatching Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, I could watch like 6 episodes.
I was like, I will sit here until because I had to clean everything up, make sure everything was back the way it was, because otherwise I definitely would have been able to sleep.
Everything was like 95% put back
Yeah.
before before the rest of us left.
So then I'm like, I'll just sit here after I ate my burger, because then now you're like, now you've got like food in your system, and you've got like that energy, and you're just like, okay, I'll go to sleep soon. Soon, it's gonna happen. And then I went to bed. Finally, I went to bed about 9:30. I turned my phone off because 9:30 for me is hey, you gonna coming out to the bar? What time you gonna get there? And I'm like, not going. Click.
That's what the silence.
Oh, I did that. I put it
for.
on everything like that. And then I woke up again at like 11:45, and now I'm like, fuck, that was like a power nap. And now I'm awake.
You got yourself so tired, your body's like, just give me a break real quick, and then we come right back to it.
And I was just like up, and then I was asleep. I was awake till like 3, and then I want to say I woke up the next day. I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I was just, and from then on, I've just been screwed up.
I think I finally went to bed at like 11, because I went home and I went back to work on shit for our YouTube channel. Like I've been doing countless tutorials and try to figure out a way to do like an intro screen, just like a 10-second.
Watch our YouTube stuff. Bear works hard on that.
I really do. I'm working so hard on it, and like I have no training in it, and it's all self-taught through tutorials and like just trial and error. So I'm essentially working 2 full-time jobs right now.
Right.
And I finally said, like, it's not the most amazing thing ever. It is a very simple 10-second screen. I recorded the voice of I recorded a little voice part myself and just put a couple of filters on it. I'm like, it's good enough. This will work
for now, because
I'm trying to upload every episode of our podcast onto our channel, so that way if someone doesn't have iTunes, so essentially it's for those people at work who can't use iTunes, who can't listen to shit on their phone or whatever. It's like if you can open up YouTube and just kind of hide the tab in the background, you can listen to it that way. But yeah, I'm finally starting to do that, and it's I'm finally realizing the hindrance on my computer of only half my memory spots on my motherboard, that like only 2. I have 2 of them, only one works. So I'm operating on half the RAM I should have.
Right.
And however long an episode is, so if it's an hour-long episode, it takes an hour for the file to render.
Oh my god!
Like with the to make it a video for YouTube, like it's just the 10-second intro, and then a still picture with the audio behind it. But to render it at a high enough quality that it doesn't just blur the picture into nothingness, it takes that long. So it's like an hour-long episode takes an hour to render.
He's doing this for you people.
Whoa, you can't say you people.
As you persons.
You guys.
Yes.
Hey, you guys.
He's doing this for you.
So yeah, I'm like, last night I did 3 episodes. I was like, oh, I got some TV shows I got to catch up on. So I just sat there like, dude, render.
Watch Saving Private Ryan with the director's cut. And then by the time it was done, I had 3 done.
No, it's like,
and I was like, earn this.
I'm going to watch a movie that takes 2 VHS tapes. So by the time the first VHS tape is over, I can switch to another file to render. I think do you remember the last DVD you bought that had 2 discs for the same movie?
No.
So the last time, the only reason I remember this is because it pissed me off. Because I remember I bought the movie and I never watched it. I've seen it so much. I was like, oh, it's on sale, $5, I'll buy it, and just whatever. It was Gangs of New York.
Okay.
Fantastic movie, and I love it.
I love that movie.
But I'm watching it, and all of a sudden it just stops and goes, please insert disc 2. Or like flip to side B or some shit like that.
The fuck?
I was like, you excuse me?
You do it.
No, you motherfucker. Don't you tell me what to do.
Back in the day when we had VHS, my favorite...
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. My favorite was we were at Mike's house, and we used to like to rent, like, we wanted to rent, like, movies that scared the girls, and our friend Nina had a clown thing, so we rented it, and, like, because none of us had seen it, and we put it in, or Mike put it in, and we're at his house, and we're all watching, and we slowly figure out that we have no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm
like, when does the clown show up? What the hell is going on? And it turns out that Mike had accidentally put in tape 2.
Yeah.
We're just like, where are the kids? They're supposed to be kids. They keep talking about shit that has never happened.
The only time...
I'm like, does this come up in flashbacks? What's going on?
The only time I've ever seen that movie was when it was on, like, AMC.
Well, the new one looks terrifying.
Yes, it does.
That clown looks terrifying. He's poking his head out of the sewer. You're like, good, no.
Yeah, he somehow looks scary without being like one of those overly gory clowns.
Yeah. You know who was supposed to be the clown?
Lady Gaga.
Tilda Swinton.
I was close.
Close. Tilda Swinton, who I believe is an alien in real life.
She, like, if you want proof that there are aliens abduct people and perform tests on them, she is proof that at one point in his life, Conan O'Brien was abducted and copied, and they made, like, just a face wrap to put over an alien's body, and they made Tilda Swinton.
There you go. And she came to Earth and decided, I can act.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do this.
Like, she spent a few years, like, acting like a human. People really believed her. She's like, well, if I can make people think I'm a human,
then I can be the best actress in the history of ever.
First time I
She's
saw
great
her,
in Trainwreck.
first time I saw her was in Constantine.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Is that a dude?
yeah, I was like, is this a dude? What?
I love that movie.
I don't know. Like,
I love that movie because Gavin Rossdale is in it. And the fact that Gavin Rossdale is acting is just an amazing thing. And the guy who played Lucifer, because later I met him on the set of Prison Break.
his name was John something?
Yeah, I don't remember, but he was the nicest dude in the world.
No, he's fantastic as Lucifer.
And I told him that he was my favorite part of that movie. And he's like, good. You know, he's got the accent.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, that and Bad Boys 2. It was right when he was doing V-Dub, you know, the VW rapper guy.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It was right when he was doing that.
Das Auto.
Yeah. But he was really, I was like, oh my God. He's like, they were talking about stuff. I'm like, you're the best part of Constantine. And he's like, yeah, that was an interesting shoot. That movie could have been way, anyway, never mind.
Could have been a lot better.
Could have been that right. Anyway.
Speaking of pooping in the school.
There you go. Segway.
Apparently at the most prestigious school in Melbourne, Australia.
You said it right.
I know, right? I'm like, there's that one listener. I swear, if I say it wrong one time, I feel like he'll be like, nope, you had me. You had me through all the terrible jokes, the stupid improv, the fucked up stories, but you said Melbourne one time.
Fuck you.
You're done, man.
All with an accent.
Yeah. Like, it's typed out that way.
Right.
So there is a mystery student that is protesting the poor teacher ethics, I guess, at the school, which is the one of the best schools in the area. It's the McRobertson Girls High School. It's an all-girls school, hence the girls' high school. And
Just cleverly named.
well, I need you to understand that this is not just some random kid doing this. Like, this is a girl at the best school in the area,
Taking a shit.
just dropping shits everywhere but the toilet.
And it's all in protest?
It's in protest. She just started doing it at first, but then, like, finally it's been accompanied by a note. So it's not just some janitor going, what the fuck is wrong with these kids that they can't poop in the damn toilet?
There's a note.
Oh,
They've left a note.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
What does that say?
This whole time, I thought you guys were just doing this for fun.
Random acts of shit.
You're fucking up my day.
No, there is a
It's a noble cause.
there's a cause behind this.
Poop on you, poopers. So it's a long fucking note. Like, it's a full 8.5 by 11. This is my protest. I know I have resorted to the most extreme method to make a symbolic point, but you never listen to student voice. We all know you're not going to do anything, but at least my behavior has punished the school for what it has done. No, it hasn't.
No.
You are punishing a janitor
Right.
because you don't like a couple of teachers, and the principal doesn't care. But yeah, let's fuck up the janitor
I think
thing.
if you want to finish it, and I'll tell you my opinion.
Oh, there's not finishing. The teachers are shit, so I have left symbolic droppings of what the education is like at this school. Crap. You just said shit. Why?
Why go backwards?
Some teachers at McRob are incompetent. Every single time a student approaches you, you brush them off. You have always been more interested in protecting your employer's pay or your employer's paychecks than you are in our education. Mr. So-and-so it's blacked out, so Mr. So-and-so is the root, Mr. Redacted is the root of my protest. So why don't you shit on his desk?
There you go. That's what I was going to say. Shit on his desk. Or in his coat.
Yeah, or on his car.
Yeah.
Like, take recess, free period, have yourself a free period on the roof of his Corolla.
Have a bran muffin, go to town.
Yeah. He is a highly incapable teacher that needs to be made redundant or needs to be fixed. You can be selectively blind and call me a bully like last time, but I urge you to wake up and smell the coffee. So
or the shit.
I'm just saying, maybe she's having a lot of coffee, and then poops everyone like, oh, it smells like coffee in here. I should probably listen to them. You can't silence me like you have silenced all my other peers that have come before you. You can't talk about this in an assembly and try and brush it under a rug, which you shouldn't brush poop under a rug.
No, you should pick it up and throw it away.
You can't hold pre-planned question seminars in an assembly where you get asked brainless questions like the length of skirts to pretend the school has transparency. You can't send your level coordinators to Mrs. Redacted class to silence her students. Mr. Redacted does not teach in redacted class. He brings his earphones and watches his mindless videos on his device every single lesson, being directed to read the textbook and answer the questions or do a VCAA exam every single lesson whilst he watches videos and gets his paychecks is torture. I have not learned anything substantial in any of his lessons.
That's capital letters?
Yes. I go home and learn everything on my own. He literally teaches nothing. I don't get the same opportunity my peers do. I am poor. Well, you're shitting in places that aren't the toilet. You're not really helping your cause there. My family doesn't have the kind of money to pay for tuition. My allegations can be cross-referenced with sack marks. I don't know what that means. I didn't bother looking it up. She poops everywhere. Tell me, redacted, how is that other classes can get 20 marks more than redacted? Class! And every time someone brings this up, you always tactically find a way to push them down. How is it... Sorry, this isn't capitalized.
Sorry.
How is it that the lower-ranking students are all from redacted class? You can tell me there are 2 or 3 students in top 10%, however, they have the privilege of tuition and extra help. I'm sick of always getting the worst cut of the meat. I'm tired of always getting the crappy end of the stick. Yeah, crappy end of the stick. I'm tired of struggling. Well, probably have that bran muffin. I'm tired of always having to fight for the small things. I'm tired of being poor. And I've been tired for a very long time.
Tired of being poor.
Well, hey, man, she's blaming the school. The angle of this, they made it so the top is super visible, but the bottom isn't. So you got to like really squint to read this thing.
Right.
Getting a good education is the only way I can change my family's financial situation. You, redacted, must know that education is the only way to break the socioeconomic ceilings. You have a duty of care to ensure we have the teachers and resources we need to get through vice.
You have a what?
You have a duty.
Because you left it there.
We get it. Money at school is tight, but you can fix the teaching. By choosing to take down this letter, you are effectively silencing students' voice. You're effectively silencing my voice. But then again, what's new? You can take this down, but by that time, my peers will have taken photos of this letter and posted it on social media. Everyone knows. But at least now the wider school community knows that a full term of scat droppings can't even change your mind. After a few weeks, when this all blows over for the 23rd time, McRob will continue its age-old practice of secrecy and discretion. But at least this time, the symbolism can't be forgotten. The mark has been left.
Yeah, the shit mark.
So
right, sending it to the lab to be analyzed. Piece of crap is like a fingerprint. We need to
isn't it though? But can't they test poop and get DNA out of it?
Yeah, but they have to have DNA like from the entire school.
But if they have like a handful of kids where they're like, I think you're a pooper.
Yeah, I think that's going to end up. What's going to end up happening is they're just going to bring them in the office and then try to shake them down.
Do you think
We know you've been pooping, or we know that you know who's been pooping.
We know that you've been pooping because you're not that great at washing your hands.
You're not that great, and
Like-
we know. The other day we saw you eating a Cliff Bar, and there's remnants in what we saw. That's
Oh.
right.
I thought you were going a different way with that. I saw it wasn't supposed to be chocolate, but it looked like there was chocolate on it.
Yeah. No, we found remnants of granola in the last poop that was left.
Mm-hmm.
We know how health conscious you are. Tell us, have you been the pooper?
Where are the drugs? I mean, I'm sorry.
Who did the poop?
Where's the poop? We're gonna have to search you for poop, ma'am. Excuse me? Yep. Gotta search you for poop. It's been left everywhere.
Meanwhile, they're like, they don't know. They don't know it's us. You just keep your mouth shut and your ass shut, and we'll be fine.
Shut up, Becky. You're full of shit. I know. I'm taking care of that 7th period. Principal Meath,
Redacted.
Dr. Tony Meath, although it's M-E-A-T-H, so I just want to call her Dr. Meth.
Tony Meth.
What do you want to do? I want to do a Tony Meth.
I like a ton of meth.
So, Dr. Whole Pile of Meth
Meth.
said earlier this year they had become aware of a student who was dissatisfied, and we reached out to offer support and address her concerns. We listen to our students, and their input is valued by the whole school community.
And we brought cotton wipes.
And we work with all the students to help them get a great education. Apparently, at an assembly, the principal asked the person to come forward. Like, hey, all you alls, who been shitting on the sink?
Would the masked pooper please step forward?
Will the real mass poopers please stand up?
I am Inspector LaFleur. He comes in with a hat and a magnifying glass. I have analyzed, and I know who they are, but you will not be punished if you step forward now as the masked pooper.
And then you get a Spartacus moment. I'm the mass pooper.
I'm
I'm the mass pooper. I'm the mass pooper.
I shit in the hallway.
I shit in the drinking fountain. I shit in the toilet. You're not helping, Deborah. You're part of the problem.
You're part of the problem.
You think, oh, just because it flushes differently in this side of the world. Like, no. I make it flush the other way. Okay, never mind.
No, you're right. You're fine.
You do you then.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Poopicus.
Shitacus.
Shitacus. I'm Shitacus.
No, I'm Shitacus.
Now I wanna change the name of the story to Shitacus. All right. Yeah, but apparently the school still has like the highest marks in the state.
So what's your problem?
That's the thing. Like, if you're saying that the teachers suck, but you somehow still manage to have the best education in the state, I don't know where they rank according to the world.
Right.
But it's like you are the best in the state. You get all the funding. You're like the top dog. Like you get everything, and you're like, oh, I'm still gonna poop on the sink. We're number one. I'm number two.
Then
though.
I'm going to make everybody know that I'm number 2.
I don't get it, man. It's
Doesn't make sense to me.
you say like we have teachers who are incapable of teaching us correctly. It sounds like you were never potty trained.
She even says she goes home and learns her shit herself. But
Yeah.
she learns her stuff herself. So maybe it's not the school that's, doing it, but it's they're learning on their own.
Yeah, they there's rumors and gossip going around the school, and they kind of speculating.
Shit talk.
Exactly. That they're speculating there might be more than one person doing the pooping.
Oh my god. A second pooper
Yeah.
on the grassy knoll.
On the shitty knoll. There's but there
Whoever shit on the school's knoll, come forward.
there's a second shitter in the library
There's a second shit in the book depository.
or the bookstore.
Yeah.
There we go. But they're
Woody
saying
Harrelson's dad is under suspicion.
they're saying that
It went back.
because there were
To the left.
specific statements that were made in the letter, they're like it's kind of been narrowed down on who it could be.
Yeah.
So
Probably. Good old poor Stephanie.
they're like, yeah, I'm poor and I'm angry all the time. Oh, that's Stephanie.
That's poor angry Stephanie.
Yeah, we call her Shitty Steph anyway.
We call her shitty Stephanie. And she took the name a little too seriously.
She's like, you know what? I went home and
I'm
said,
like the Riddler in this bitch.
Man, they always make fun of me and call me Shitty Stephanie. Girl, own that name.
You show them.
You show them.
You show them how shitty you can be.
You go. You be shitty to them. Oh, okay.
Okay. You take this bread muffin and you show them.
Well, no, not even. Like, the mom was like, "No, they think you're shitty. Then go be shitty." And like a week later, get a note sent home that like all the students' parents like, someone's been shitting in the bathroom. Stephanie, can I talk to you real quick?
You told me.
Okay, I didn't mean actually go poop there.
You said be shitty.
I meant like say mean things to them or
That's just that.
or
I
tip
can't
it-
do that because that's mean, Rebecca.
Oh,
So if I'm going to be shitty, Stephanie, I had to make myself known.
got to carve out your niche.
That's right. I'm sick of being poor and angry.
Well, pooping everywhere but the toilet will definitely keep you from being poor.
That's right.
That's what all rich people
There's
do.
money in it.
I mean, if you film it, yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's no money in shitting on the floor.
Speaking of
No.
coffee boners, there's been a coffee recall. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration said that a Texas-based company's coffee is being recalled after customers have been getting some side effects from it that are similar to Viagra.
And there's like two like smiling old people.
Yeah, there's
We're like, this coffee is amazing.
their logo is 2 coffee beans in separate bathtubs. Is Best Herbs Coffee LLC, based in Grand Prairie. They have a chemical in their coffee, carbadenophyl, which is a chemical similar,
Boner Tussin.
which is a chemical similar to sildenafil.
Okay.
You don't got anything for that?
No.
No. Boner fed.
Hard on acetaminophen.
Say that 3 times real fast.
I cannot.
Try it one more time.
Boner. Hard on acetaminophen. That's right.
Say it 2 more times.
Hard on acetaminophen. Hard on acetaminophen.
Say it with a Latin flair.
Hard on acetaminophen.
Not Italian.
No, that's right. Wait, like what Latin are we talking about?
Say it like you're ordering it in a drive-through.
Yeah. Can I get some hard on acetaminophen?
You want to make it a meal?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just do the number 3.
I hear the number 2 is popular in schools.
Yeah, well, we don't want a bunch of shit.
Now say it like you're.
Boner Tussin.
Now say it like it's winning a horse race.
There we go, Boner Tussin in the first. We got
No, hard on acetaminophen.
No, I know, but
Oh, okay, sorry.
it was gonna. Okay, yeah, Boner Tussin in the first. We got. Dildo Nexapert on the third. We got hard on acetaminophen. Hard on acetaminophen is taking it. Oh my God, he's taking it. Hard on acetaminophen wins by a head.
Now say it like you read it in a kid's book. With a pop-up book.
It was raining outside and we couldn't go out to play. That's when. Never mind.
Say it. It's a
too
good book.
terrible.
It's a good book.
That's when Uncle Terry came in. Said, "You want to play a game? And if you tell, you'll get in trouble." It says, "Pull this tab." Anyway, boner coffee, huh? Now that I feel terrible about myself,
You could probably use a cup of this.
use a cup of boner coffee. You're feeling low and flaccid? Have a cup of boner coffee. That'll get you standing straight up in the morning.
Not say like it's on a 50s radio station.
Are we talking about hard on acetaminophen?
Yes.
Having problems getting that get up and go in the morning? That's right. You get yourself some hard on acetaminophen, 2 spoonfuls of hard on acetaminophen, and you and the little lady will have the best morning in the world.
So, an FDA laboratory confirmed the presence of, it's dismethyl carbonate.
3 times, do it.
So, in Best Trips coffee, it's the coffee was called New Kopi Johnson Traditional Natural Herbs Coffee.
Yeah.
It's a fancy way of saying dick hard.
Dick hard coffee.
Dick hard beans.
Get your dick hard.
Hard roasted.
None of this soft shit.
Once you go dark roast, you never go back roast. So yeah, it's similar to hard on acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Viagra.
So hard, watch your eyes.
Don't leave your wife home alone with it. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and the active, it's similar to the active ingredient in Viagra. Apparently, it was an undeclared ingredient in the coffee.
Boner boost.
It's like,
What'd you do with that big can of boner boost?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think I dropped it
I
somewhere.
left it balancing there on the big mixing bowl machine. Oh well.
Oh, you mean a machine that shakes like a paint mixer?
Yeah.
Well, it's not there anymore.
Well, then it must have been ghosts.
I was just gonna say ghosts. Those boner ghosts are at it again.
I don't know, but that ghost is gonna come back with a heart on it. We'll know it was him.
That ghost is gonna come back looking super racist when his head's all pointy. Because then picture a traditional sheet ghost. And then he gets the boner coffee. His head just sticks straight up into a cone. You're like, oh, come on, ghost.
Come on. Everybody's everybody. Don't even worry about it.
It's like, no, I'm actually fine with everyone. If your head stays this big for more than 4 hours.
Contact your ghost doctor.
So they're saying that it may interact with the nitrates found in some prescription drugs, such as nitroglycerin, and may lower blood pressure. Blood pressure?
Yeah, because the blood's going somewhere else.
Yeah, to dangerous levels. Men with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or heart disease often take medications that contain nitrates. So they're saying, just your average middle-aged man could have any of these things. If he has a cup of this coffee, could kill him. Oops.
Honey, I don't want you buying that Folgers Crystals bullshit anymore.
Why not?
I want the dick coffee. That's not good for you. You know it. Only live once.
It's vegan. Which actually it's not, because it also contains undeclared milk.
Oh. Undeclared milk?
Undeclared milk.
Is that like a milk that's like not sure what its major is? But it's,
come on, 2%. What are you going to do with your life?
I don't know what I want to do. I was thinking about being like a doctor, but then I also thought about, what about interpretive dance?
You want to end up like your brother Skim?
I just don't know. I just want to remain undeclared for now.
We saw the most potential in you, which is why we named you the highest number.
I just want to.
1% already has a family.
I'm not 1%. I'm not going to be 1%.
So much pressure on the milk family.
Right.
Meanwhile, heavy cream.
Adopted brother chocolate,
And then the cousin you don't talk about, strawberry.
Yeah, no, we don't talk.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
He knows what he did.
He just
disappointed the crap out of Grandma.
Popped out a bunch of Hershey Kisses. Couple of them were swirls. Grandma, you can't use that word. Nah, they're swirls.
Damn politically incorrect milk Grandma.
She's heavy cream.
She's heavy cream.
She smokes 3 packs a day.
She's from a different era.
Yeah, she grew up on a farm.
They didn't have
back in my day, you could call them swirls.
They didn't have strawberry milk back then. They didn't even know what it was. We knew what it was. We just didn't talk about it.
We didn't even allow the chocolate milk on the farm.
Oh,
They had their own farms.
yikes.
Milk grandma's racist.
Grandma is so racist.
See that bit right there? I don't know.
What?
It could piss people off if they like get super offended by things, but at the same time, it's like if you listen to the rest of what we say,
Right.
it just fits with the humor, and like it's not.
Well, yeah. And if you mark down anything to like just the racist stuff, I mean,
So like half the podcast.
it's not though.
I know.
It's just in poor taste,
Like boner coffee.
like boner coffee, which sorry, tastes pretty great.
Undeclared milk and undeclared Viagra in the coffee. I mean, if you have, it's gotten to the point where things get packaged.
That's where I was literally in the middle of the milk thing, like going, "Where did that come from?" And then I remember I got undeclared milk. Anyway, go ahead.
When you get so far into a bit, you're like, "Where did we
start?
How did we get here?"
2% didn't want to go to college.
I'm not 1%.
That's not gonna be. That's a YouTube video.
We'll see.
Bunch of dancing milk cartons.
Yeah, but then it's gonna get real dicey when we get to the part about grandma saying no swirls.
But you could put the milk carton in like a wheelchair with glasses and a bushy wig.
She's got to put her milk teeth in.
Well, don't make it harder on yourself, like boner coffee.
Yeah, don't drink a cup of this coffee and make it harder on yourself. But yeah, it's gotten to the point where they have to put the ingredients on everything down to the smallest detail. Like for instance, if you wanted to go, my favorite thing was when I saw you can buy a 2-pack of hard-boiled eggs, and on the ingredient list it said ingredients, eggs. It's a clear container, and you can see 2 hard-boiled eggs. And it's just like, yeah, our ingredients list is there's eggs in this. Like, well, I fucking hope so.
Well, it says eggs, so
I'm like, this is a 2-pack of Shakur of eggs. I want. I was just afraid you were gonna say it.
yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna say it first.
Just say it first.
Yeah, take this opportunity for me. I'm just gonna take these broken wings
And do a 2-pack joke,
even though I'm white. Speaking of not listing things,
Okay.
this is I wanted to do this story because it really works with today, like not like just today, but like today's social media, where you ever seen people post an article and they get super outraged about it, and you're like, this is from 4 years ago and it's been fixed. It happens all the time because people don't look at the dates. No one wants to do research. They see a headline for something, like, gotta share this.
Gotta share it.
People gotta know about this.
Gotta share.
It's like, oh my god,
Share.
did you know that computers might not work next year?
Turn back timeshare.
I hate you. And it's like, I bet she would make a killing doing advertisements for timeshares.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a cross promotion between watches and timeshares, she's just like, you guys, if you pay me all the money, you'll have the best advertisement forever. Timex and Florida Live present a new opportunity.
Timeshare.
If I can turn back time, and I can now in this Casio 4800. If I could find a way to live here 2 weeks out of the year. I don't know any of the song.
No. Something like I take back something. Or I'd take back all the words that I heard you in that lovely presentation about timeshares. You'd stay here 2 weeks out of the year.
Off peak.
Yeah.
The good weekends I've already purchased.
Yeah.
What other songs does she have that you can use?
I don't know.
For time. Yeah, you can't think about any other timeshare or any
Timeshare songs? Share songs? Oh, she did I Got You, Babe with Sonny. I don't really know Cher's repertoire. She did. Do you believe in love after love?
There we go. How we turn that into That's got to be like.
That's my share imitation, by the way. It's spot on.
I thought you were playing it.
You're like, where did she come from?
Oh my god, she's here right now.
I can feel something.
Wearing that weird outfit when she was singing on a boat.
Really don't think I'm strong enough not to buy this timeshare.
Anyway, there was a job fair 2 years ago at Spirit Aero Systems.
What's that?
It's a place that does like
Aero Systems.
Well, it does like airplane shit. Like they work on airplanes.
Okay.
Like it's a facility. They don't actually like build the airplane there, but they do like other bullshit. They didn't really do a deep dive on what Spiro Aero Systems are, but it's like.
Is it Spiro or Spirit?
Spirit.
Okay.
Spirit Aero Systems. So they there was an article from the Wichita Eagle that published a story about an upcoming job fair.
The fourth estate, the Wichita Eagle.
That 2,000 people showed up to. This was 2 years ago. 2,000 people showed up. It's probably one of those things where it's like the one place in town.
That's hiring.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the mine's open.
Right.
Everyone go get a job.
I got a pickaxe.
They had people. The spokesperson, Jared Bartlett, says that we had people wrapped around the employment building, and we had so many people that day that we couldn't even get everyone through the process. Somehow, someone saw that fucking story, shared it again, like,
and everybody showed up.
Well, it got shared almost 30,000 times in the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
It got to the point where the Wichita Eagle ran a news story saying, there is no job fair. Stop sharing this fucking article from 2 years ago. And Spirit Aero Systems tried posting like, no, don't come here. There is no job fair. This is 2 years ago. Unfortunately, they had 300 people show up for a not job fair. Now, here's the thing. You have 300 people that have just proven they have no attention to detail. Why would you hire any of them?
I don't know. Probably not. Probably wouldn't.
You, what?
I'm here for a job.
What?
I read right on the interweb.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you must be talking about the listing that we.
Somebody shared it.
Yeah.
You know.
Unfortunately, that was from.
Kind of like, do you believe that there is a job?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like share.
Yeah, I'm familiar with her
hire
word.
me right now.
Sir, we aren't actually hiring at this moment.
But there was a job fair posted.
That was from a couple years ago.
It was on the interwebs.
Yeah, it was from we shared it a couple years ago.
So you shared it and then made people wait a couple years to get a job? That's a little weird.
No, sir. It was for that weekend.
For that weekend. That's for this week. You mean this weekend?
No, sir.
That weekend has come today.
If you look at the posting, it says specifically 2015.
There's 2,015 jobs. I would like one of them.
No, sir. What the dates of the job fair?
I don't want to date you, sir. I don't want to go out with you. I'm happily married. My wife's name is Mabel. I just want a job. However, if you were saying that there does need to be sexual things happen to get the job,
no.
I really need this job.
No, sir. Nothing like that. What's your name, sir?
My name is Sven.
Okay, Sven.
That's 2 S's.
I could tell. I was just wondering what
It's short for Spencer.
Spitzer Sven?
Spencer.
Oh, I see. So your name is Spencer?
It's Sven.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call you Sven if that's okay with you.
It's Sven, but that's cool.
Okay.
You just want to make it up. I mean, I think it's a little weird for you to be like throwing around your power on me right now, trying to date me, and all of this just to get a job. I find this highly immoral.
Spencer, if I could,
it's just 2015 jobs. I'd like one of them.
Sir, again, that was the year. As in this year, it's 2017.
Oh, so there's 2 more jobs, is what you're saying?
No, sir. What I'm saying? Do you know what year it is right now?
I'm saying it's 2017. It's the year of Sven, and he needs a job.
Yeah, so it's the year 2017.
Mm-hmm.
This was
You got that many jobs. That's weird. It's weird how that would happen.
That would be a strange coincidence, but that's not the case that happened here.
Oh, no?
No, this is just you misread a posting.
I know how to read.
You apparently don't, Spencer.
Well, that's rather blunt and forward, but I'll take a reading test if you want to.
So we don't actually offer reading tests.
Okay, well then I don't know why you're harping on the reading if you don't offer a test. I mean, I just would like a job.
Sir,
I'm fully capable as an aerospace person.
what are your qualifications as an aerospace person?
I know how to spell it.
You spell it for me right now.
AEROSPACE.
Okay, that's more than I thought you could do.
Oh, that's right. Underestimate me, fucker.
Well, we are always hiring and looking for new talent, so I guess we could probably have an interview just so we can get you out of here today.
All right, but what should we tell the other 2014 people they're waiting outside? We tell
Are
them,
there-
you know what? Hold on. I get it. I'll just walk over. Job's taken, fuckers. Go home. No. Go home.
Spencer, if you
I'll just there in 1 second. Fuck you.
no, Spencer, if you could just please.
Dude, I don't care. What kind of car you drive?
It's the Mercedes.
Go shit on the Mercedes then.
Actually, if
That's his car.
no,
I wouldn't advise it though. That won't get you hired. You got to spell shit close.
That's the sound the door makes. Close.
Slam close.
It's a very literal door.
It's a very literal door.
Open.
Click. Open. Squeak.
Doorknob. Open.
Twist.
Locked.
Wow.
Damn it.
Damn it. Can I get a key for this? Key in. Turn. Unlocked. Thank you.
Turn the other way because you got it wrong. You just locked it again. I've only been in my place for 2.5 years. I still turn the key the wrong way sometimes. Because I just get home
Well,
from...
it's like flash drive. You ever put a flash drive in right the first time?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Shut up. I mess it up every time.
No. I'm good.
So I forget what I was
It's
watching.
only if it's a USB in the back of the computer when you can't see it and you're just kind of like fumbling. Like, I found the hole. You put it. Use my thumb.
I'll have it right. I'll have a problem. I'll turn it. It'll be wrong, and then I'll turn it again, and then it'll work. And I go, "What the fuck?"
It's like, ooh, can't get me. Can't get me.
Can't get me. Bet you want that information. Can't have it.
I think we've done all we can with the Spirit Aero Systems.
Sure.
So, hey, have you heard about people lighting their apartment on fire?
No.
Speaking of people lighting their apartment on fire,
Oh wow. We were just talking about.
I
that.
know. What a coincidence. Excuse me. A woman in Topeka, Kansas, by the name of Monique Quarles.
Topeka 3 times fast.
Topeka 3 times fast.
No.
Topeka, Topeka, Topeka.
It was It was an exercise that we used to have to do in acting schools. Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka. Can
That
you
sounds
do
great.
Can you do it?
I can't. I just don't want to.
There
right
will
now.
be at least one Tobega if you do it wrong.
Well, obviously.
It's
If
never
you
failed.
say it wrong, it's
never
going to come
failed.
out wrong sounding. Well, no shit.
You see Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega, Topeka bodega.
You screwed it up.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Tobago.
Winnebago.
Anyway, Topeka.
In the Winnebago, Monique Quarles at a really
Her name
odd...
is Monique Quarles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
What an awesome name, right?
it's a great name.
In Topeka, Bodega, Kansas. Shortly before
Bodega.
3:45 Monday morning. So this is like at 3:45 in the morning. Her daughter and her daughter came and was like, "Hey mom, there's a bug in my room." So she came. So she went into the room, picked the bug up, and decided, you know how I'm going to get rid of this bug? I'm going to use my lighter and set it on fire while it's in my hand.
What?
I know, right?
Like this bug is just like coming quietly.
You're just hanging out in her daughter's
Eat a
room.
bug.
You know, not hitting anyone. You know, it's not bugging anyone. Yeah, you get it. She said, I found the bug, picked the bug up, and I put it in my hand, and I lit it on fire. And you're thinking, well, this lady's already a winner. How can she go
What
any
was her
worse?
name again? Monique Quarles?
Mm-hmm. She sounds like a comic book character.
Yeah.
She's like, I could fight anyone with my mind powers. Excuse me, sir, do you have any quarrels with me? You do now!
I am Monique.
She just shouts her name when she's
Monique Quarles.
like she's a Pokemon. She goes, Monique, 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 Monique. And that's like her brain powers. Like, Monique, Monique, Monique.
Oh, God.
Anyway, she then decided to pick up her mattress to see if there were any more bugs.
Light fire to it.
And her and her daughter saw a medium-sized bug. I don't know what scale they're using here for medium-size. Medium to what? To a child? To a man?
Of a large and a small. Probably.
Like if you're watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, is it the ant? Is it the scorpion? Who knows? Somewhere in between.
Is there a scorpion in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
I'm pretty sure it's because that's what kills Auntie. That's the ant.
Where was the scorpion from?
I don't know.
Because you don't normally have a scorpion in your backyard.
I mean,
They were in Vegas, weren't they? They were in the desert.
I mean, they had grass,
Okay.
so they had to have been
At one
somewhere.
point in time, the baby, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. He was walking through Vegas.
Well, then they might have been somewhere outside. They might have been in Nevada somewhere,
Good Lord.
but yeah, they had
Anyway, I forgot that there was a scorpion. I'm like, why is there a scorpion in the backyard?
Yeah, that's why people were like, "Oh man, Arizona's great." I'm like, "No, it's not. You have to protect your house from scorpions."
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't like spiders. You want me to fucking fight with scorpions? Sorry, you have to check your boots every time before you put them on. There might be a scorpion in there. No thanks.
Yeah, no,
I'll stay in the winter.
Stay in a scorpion-free place.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, you got to put some kind of chemical on the perimeter of your house or whatever to keep them out. I'm like, or you could just not fucking be around them.
My parents were thinking about retiring to Pahrump, Nevada. I told my dad, I'm like, you're going to be the first time since you lived in rural Florida that you need a shotgun because there sure will be rattlesnakes.
Oh, that was something completely different. Why do you need a shotgun for rattlesnakes?
Because you got to shoot them if they're near you.
If you just see one in the backyard, are you allowed to just go without your shotgun and just shoot them?
Yeah. With your shotgun.
Well, yes, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if you're sitting inside watching TV and you look out the window and you see a rattlesnake, just like, hey, you got a nice swing set here, and you're like, get my gun.
Yeah.
You're allowed to just do that?
Yeah, I believe so. They're threatened. I mean, they're predators.
If there's a rattlesnake in your backyard here in Illinois, could you go out there and shoot it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. They're dangerous. They have poison. They have...
Right, but I feel like I get that.
I mean, I would love to call animal control so I don't have to go near it. But if that thing's coming close to the house or whatever, I'm taking a gun out and I'm shooting that fucker.
Can you do that to any snake?
I don't know.
Or do you
Probably
have
not
to
a garter snake. I mean,
what? Who's to say you don't look at a snake? You've never seen a snake in your life in person, like you know snakes, whatever. But like your nephews are playing outside and you see a big ass snake. It's completely not poisonous, but you don't know that, and you go out there and shoot it to protect your nephews.
I think you'll be all right.
Really, that's
It's your yard.
I know, but I feel like
It's
it's
your property. I mean, if it's like endangered or something like that, but because I remember one of my earliest memories is we were in.
I guess that would be the same as if
Florida. No, we weren't in Florida.
if like a rabid dog hopped the fence and
Yeah.
came at you, you could shoot it.
Yeah, we were somewhere and we were swimming in a lake, and all of a sudden someone comes out.
Lake snakes?
Yeah,
Nope.
and they fucking shot that thing with a rifle, and I was like, "Good."
You know what I love? Swimming pools.
Yeah,
Because I can see the bottom.
yeah.
If I'm in a lake, I have to wear like water shoes.
Oh yeah, no.
like-
we go to
Ugh.
whenever we go to like the sandbar and stuff like that, I'm always wearing the shoes because I'm not messing around with it.
Like I'm sorry, I'm not gonna accidentally step on something and it gets pissed off and fucks my foot up.
Right.
I don't got fish insurance in case someone gets pissed off and attacks my foot.
Right.
I ain't got fish insurance.
Yeah, no, I remember when we went camping, we had to deal with leeches and stuff.
So she found a medium-sized bug, and instead of putting it in her hand to light it on fire because it was so successful the first time,
Is that bug around still? No.
we don't know for sure.
Monique Quarles gets the job done. Quarrels.
Mm-hmm.
That's just another case settled by Monique Quarles. Mm-hmm.
You burned down my house, but the bug's gone.
Mm-hmm. Da-da-da.
I mean, you're getting kind of stereotypical, and it was a Hispanic woman.
So maybe she goes, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
La, mm-hmm.
She decided to light the bug on fire while it's
On
in
the
between
mattress.
on the mattress, in between the mattress and the box spring. The flip lighter that she was using started sparking, probably because you were flicking it, you dumb bitch. And the box spring ended up in flames. At first, they tried putting the fire out, but she's like, "Fuck it, go get the baby and call 911." So her daughter grabbed the baby and was going outside. And they were knocking on doors to alert their to alert the neighbors to get out. Which, if you don't know, there's a fire. Someone's just pounding your door at 3:45 in the morning. You get out! You get out right now! You're like, I told you, I live here too.
Right.
You just have to deal with us.
So you just yell fire.
Yeah. She ended up causing $140,000 in damages, and it displaced 17 people. 13 adults and 4 children have been displaced.
Goddamn Monique Quarles.
They had 2 fire crews responding with the scene with about 30-something firefighters. One resident was transported to the hospital for minor smoke inhalation, and 1 firefighter went to the hospital after experiencing heat exhaustion. So
Great. Dummy.
Speaking of dummies,
Uh,
you remember before we talked about someone? Once again, we're talking about someone with a selfie, and Snapchat. You remember before we talked about someone causing an accident because they weren't using the speed filter?
right.
So Mr. Malin Neal.
Ugh. Malin.
I know, right? Of Alpharetta, Georgia, was pulled over Tuesday night for going 112 miles per hour. When the police officer stopped and said, I'd love to see where you're headed in such a hurry, his initial response was unclear, so the officer follows up with, trying to what? And Neal says, do it for Snapchat. He was using that fucking speed filter to try to get a super high number just for his Snapchat.
Idiot.
This was at 9 o'clock on a busy night. They said, unfortunately for the driver, but fortunately for us, he passed one of our traffic units, and who knows, we may have saved someone's life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
because the last person
At the
crashed.
very least, his.
That's still a life.
Dummy.
Not much of one
No.
if that's what you're like, you know what I should do.
I just read that the newest iPhone update that's coming out, I believe. I don't know if it's the new iPhone or the new iPhone update, but I think it's going to be an update. Is going to put on it's essentially taking remember the Pokemon Go thing that said you're moving very fast, you must be in a car, you probably shouldn't be fucking with this.
So if you're going too fast, it disabled it.
It disables it, and you can set a do not disturb. You can set it as a do not disturb while you're driving. If it feels like the GPS feels like it's going a certain speed,
Yeah.
it won't even bother you with notifications.
Oh, okay.
And
so if you're going over 60 miles an hour, your phone's just gonna be like,
your phone's
we'll wait till you stop.
Yeah, as soon as you stop, it'll go. It'll do whatever it needs to do. But until
Is that something that you have to set, or is it by default?
I think it's going to be by default.
Because that's gonna suck if you're a passenger in a car.
No, but they have a thing to discern. It basically what it is it's going to be a really complicated unlocking thing that's difficult if you're driving, but it's easy if you're just sitting there.
See, it's one of those things where it's practically a very good idea, but I can see everyone bitching about it.
Oh, sure. Well, then don't have a fucking iPhone. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I also
Or how about this? Don't use your goddamn phone. Don't run into people trying to get 112 miles an hour on Snapchat and then not expect people to be like, yeah, maybe we should make these people save their lives.
I saw an article. I don't know if it's true or if it was just kind of like rumors, but they're saying that the next iPhone could cost like $1,100 or something like that.
Yeah.
People will buy it.
I'm sure they will. They'll stand in line and they'll wait.
Because all of a sudden it's back to it being a status thing. Like when the first couple iPhones came out, it was a status thing. Now it's like everyone's got a fucking iPhone. You're like, well, what if there's an $1,100 version of it? Well, not everyone can have that.
Right.
I can have it. Yeah.
All that bullshit.
People buy for the uppity status of it.
I think that's a very good idea. I think that's a really good idea that you're
An $1,100 phone?
No,
the governor, so to speak.
Yeah. Because they're sitting there and be like, well, they're making iPhone's making a choice for me, or even Android. If Android did it, I think I'd be fine with it. They're like, yeah, well, they're making. We're not making a choice for you. We're making a choice for the people who you're gonna fucking.
Yeah, it's you wearing a seatbelt isn't necessarily for you.
Right.
It's so you don't become a projectile and hurt someone else.
I mean, because I've been doing stuff before, and I'm thinking, more and more, I just don't even touch my phone while I'm driving anymore like that. But especially after,
you get super into your phone.
Yeah, I know, and I don't do it anymore. A lot of it was even though I did not have like.
I'm gonna call you out on it next time you're using your phone.
You should because you know that you're a fucking passenger.
I'll be like, hey, remember when you don't do that anymore? I gotta check this real quick.
No, when I was driving that loaner car, it didn't have hands free, and I was like, I missed a bunch of phone calls because I was like, I'm not getting pulled over.
Yeah, that's why I never answer my phone when I'm in the car. So like people call me like 5 minutes after I leave work, they're like, oh, why didn't you answer? I'm like, because I was driving, and it takes me half an hour to get home. So if it's that important, I could talk to you when I get home. Yeah. And it's like, well, if we need you to come back, I punched out.
No, the last car accident I got into was just like everything. Like I'm like fucking slow driving. I don't necessarily want to be on the expressway. I mean, I realize the expressway is a necessary thing,
right? Because
if I'm going downtown, I've got to get there. But a lot of times during the thing, it's just as easy to take North Avenue the entire way. And everything.
If you just have to give yourself an extra half an hour to do it.
Yes and no. Because like sometimes it's like an extra 15, maybe an extra 15 minutes. Because the other day I went to go take the expressway to work down to IO, and it was like an hour drive because of traffic. And if I had taken North Avenue the entire way, it would have been an hour 15.
Well.
And that's with stop and go.
You should take that route one time just to see what it's like. And if it takes you an extra 15 minutes, but it's way less of a headache, why not?
I actually take it, a lot of times I take it like on Thursdays when I'm leaving the city.
Oh, so you've taken this route.
Oh, yeah, I've taken it. No, I've taken it, but a lot of it's just because, you're not sitting in stop and go traffic and you're not bored. Because the other way you could do it, and I don't care if this sounds racist, I don't care. But one of the things that
Here we go, milk grandma.
No, I know. So there's a way that you can take from IO and you could surpass almost all the way to Austin Boulevard. But you need to go through like Garfield Park.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
I know.
That's not racist. That's
safety.
Yeah, they say like once it's dark out, stay out of Garfield Park. It doesn't matter who you are.
Oh no, I know.
Stay the fuck out of there.
This is during day though.
Even then, they're like, listen.
I went that way because my GPS told me to.
Your GPS
and I
hates
thought to
you.
myself, maybe the GPS would be like, "Are you white?"
Have a disclaimer. It's like, "Are you going this way?" Yes. You sure?
You sure?
Take a selfie. Match the scale. Are you on the upper half of this scale? You can't go there.
You shouldn't go that way because there's like I remember
too high on the color palette
when it was really bad when we used to leave Comiskey in U.S. Cellular at the very beginning. There was
mean guaranteed rate.
Yeah, no. There was a turn. You either go left or you go right. Left takes you back to the expressway. Right
takes you to death.
Takes you to death. And there were cops there. And if you went the wrong way, the cops stopped every car going through, looked in and said, "Where are you going?" Now you want to go back the other way.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you find yourself in Cabrini Green.
Yeah, take an extra 5 minutes, go the other way.
Yeah. But
when people are like, "Yeah, I don't want to go to Chicago," it's like there's only a couple areas you can stay away from.
Yeah.
And somehow you manage to go through both of them.
Right.
All the time.
I remember somebody once called me and they said that they were at Cabrini Green. I'm like, "What are you doing there?" And I was like, "You're buying drugs. Just say you're buying drugs."
Yeah, we have those in the suburbs too,
Yeah.
right?
I'm like, you need to get in your car and you need to go.
So Mal and Neil was ultimately arrested for speeding, reckless driving, and the use of a cell phone while operating a vehicle. Yeah, that's just the worst idea.
Dummy.
Now, this next story is more of a bring it up because it's more of a question. It's whether or not this seems like a good idea. A Wisconsin cemetery, the Restlawn Memorial Park in Wausau, they are going to have a movie screening of Ghostbusters, the 1984 version, in an outdoor area near the mausoleum at the back of the facility. The owner of the cemetery, Christine Towson Hentages, she owns another cemetery in Milwaukee, and they started holding outdoor movie events last year, and while there was some initial criticism, the events have been well received by the community. People that, like, for the one gentleman, his name is Tom, his mother's buried at the cemetery. He says, "I'm just disappointed and surprised by the cemetery. To see a cemetery choose this option, it's disturbing." Apparently, there is a trend at cemeteries to hold these types of events and represents the cemetery as a vital part of the community.
Yeah.
What do you think about a cemetery doing any kind of event that's not just
About death?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have, like, I don't know, like, if you had,
I can tell how you feel about it. You don't think they should be doing it.
I think it's a little tasteless.
You know what?
Like,
Death for me, I don't know.
It's one of those things where it's like it's a place for mourning, for remembrance, not for Ghostbusters. And plus,
I think
you're showing
cemeteries are for the living.
Like, I got one friend who their mom died years ago, and then every year on their birthday they have, like, a family picnic at her grave, and, like, that's the kind of event that's, like, that's cool or whatever. Like,
right.
That's, but I feel like, hey, come to the drive-in at the cemetery.
I think
it's a little weird.
Are they charging?
I don't know. They're having the movie
or is
screening.
it just come to the thing? Because
they're not talking about charging. They're just saying that they're going to show it. I assume
Hollywood does a lot when it comes to. Hollywood has a lot of tourism attached to cemeteries. Like, you could take a tour and see.
And see,
that's a lot of graves of celebrities.
That's one of those things where it's not for everyone, but that's at least, like, that's something that a cemetery could do.
Right.
Like,
some in Chicago do the ghost tours, because we have Resurrection Cemetery with Resurrection Mary, and then we have that other one. I can't remember which one it is, but it's the one where they talk about, like, you're supposedly able to see, like, a horse-drawn carriage running through the thing, and sometimes they do that. But Resurrection Cemetery is one of the most famous because they have the bars with the finger indentions.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard about that?
Vaguely.
Resurrection Mary it was on the way home from the Willowbrook Ballroom, which recently burnt down, and they're rebuilding. She was on her way home from the dance, and this is a long, long time ago, and she's been around forever. And what'll be happening is if you're driving down, a lot of the things is if you're driving down the road, you're by yourself and you're a dude, you'll see her walking, in kind of like a tattered white dress with
Oh,
like no shoes.
I think you've told me about this before.
Yeah. And then you pick her up and she wants to go home and she's just there, a person, whatever. And then when you get past the cemetery or you get on like right by the cemetery and you're about to pass it, she disappears. Meaning she's only got so far that she can go.
Right.
Because the whole thing is she was killed on her way home from a dance.
So she has a radius.
Yes. Supposedly. And the whole thing comes down to is they've changed out those bars on the cemetery a lot. But the archdiocese and the church, they don't believe in it. They don't want people thinking that there's ghosts or whatever.
Right.
So they change out the bars frequently, but it always ends up happening. So either somebody has
too much time on
their hands or whatever. But these are indented bars, pulled, she went through,
right.
went through needing to get back in, which is difficult because the lore is that steel bars would keep her out. But if she's able to pull them apart, then it's one, how powerful of a specter she is and blah, blah, blah. And that's why she's able to walk around and everything like that. Nonetheless, they do tours. And so there's still a whole lot of resurrections. It's Rosewood Cemetery is
but
where
see, that's
John C. Shedd is buried.
That's using this, the cemetery for what it's for, not we're also going to have a carnival there.
I don't know if it's a carnival. I mean,
no, but I'm saying, you're having something that's not related to it.
They're watching Ghostbusters.
I'm just saying, it's
my whole thing is
it's kind of weird.
When it comes to the aspect of death, I have a very simplistic view of death. I believe that we're run by energy, and as soon as that energy dissipates, it goes somewhere else. Where this body, whatever we have, no longer is able to contain it or house it, which is one of the reasons why we're like a battery, where we just disintegrate and get old as years go on. When we're done, we either, depending on what you believe in, I think that energy goes somewhere else, goes, to the universe, that thing. I don't necessarily think heaven. I don't know. We'll know when it happens. Or we'll know that nothing happens. One of the two. Either way, what's left is not me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. If you just bought a refrigerator and I'm about to die, hold on to that box. Because I would like that. I want as little as necessary. I don't need to be shot into space. I don't need, I remember one of my earlier memories was going to the funeral parlor with my dad for my grandmother and thinking to myself of the stuff that they were buying. And they kept saying, you'd want your loved one to be laid to rest. And I'm like, go to Costco, get me a Costco coffin, and you can get all the stuff for the wake while you're there. It's your one-stop funeral shopping place.
Yeah, funeral homes are a fucking racket.
I would not mind the gaudy blue one. There's a gaudy blue one with
if there's a clearance one,
ornate thing.
If it happens to be a Kiss coffin that's just on clearance for $10.
Get it. I don't care because I'm no longer around. That's why I always said I want at my funeral I want to be able to write a list of grievances against people, and I'm going to do 20, but I'm going to do actually 19, and I'm going to leave the 20th, and so whoever's giving my eulogy gets to write their own in and blame it on me.
Yeah.
I also would like the word fuck said at least 5 times.
It's like number 20, fill in your own. Oh, okay. Let me roast Patrick one more time. And fuck the Jews. Well, as Patrick said.
Patrick said it. And they'd be like, I had no idea he felt that way.
Everyone just hates you. You're like, well.
But I don't care because I'm no longer around.
But what if you become a tree then? And everyone's like, fuck that tree.
How would they know?
I don't know.
They're like, that tree looks like Patrick. But no,
So you're saying things aren't what they seem?
Ooh. No, I'm just saying, but here's the other thing that you have to think about, especially when it comes to, you were talking about a part of the community.
Well, I was trying to switch to something else. But
I'm just not done. The whole thing about being part of the community is they cater to people at their worst time.
Right.
They are essentially a place for mourning and sadness.
So they want to change their image to be...
I think they wouldn't mind being a part of something in a way happy and uplifting.
It's like how a dog always thinks when it gets taken to the vet, oh, this is the worst.
This is the worst.
It's like, why can't it be sometimes, like, don't be scared of the vet.
Right.
You know,
but these people are a part of the community. They're probably a part of the Chamber of Commerce. They pay taxes. They pay money that helps the town and the city. And they are just reviled as a very depressing place. So maybe this is their way of being like, we're part of the community. You can come here because you're going to end up here anyway. You know, maybe pick out your plot. I don't know.
So we're having intermission, half price, plot pickings.
Walk around, go visit a loved one. I don't know. I just think that if I were, like, I knew a person, like, I had a friend, his name was Matt Lamb, and his dad ran a funeral home, and they lived above it. And I knew no one really wanted to stay at his house.
Well, yeah, it'd be creepy.
But I used to stay at his house.
Yeah, look how fucked up you are.
That's true. But I'm just saying, we'd go upstairs, you go up a side entrance, not like you're walking through whatever.
Like stepping over bodies.
No, you know, and everything like that. But I'm just saying, it's not their fault, the business, it's not their fault, the business, because a lot of times they're inherited into businesses. I don't think anyone's just like, it's not like, let's buy a zoo, you know, let's buy a cemetery. You know, I'm just saying, this could be for them and to be like.
That'd be a great sequel. The zoo didn't work out.
The zoo did not work out.
Let's get rid of our enemies who closed the zoo.
The little girl's grown up now. She's all pissed off.
Speaking of being pissed off about zoos.
Yay.
People were pissed off that Michael Phelps didn't actually race a shark. They thought Michael Phelps was going to be in a water.
With a shark.
With a real shark.
Racing him.
Swimming.
What did end up happening?
They used they had him swim, but they put a digital shark in the water next to him with a...
kind of like in the Olympics when they put the flags down.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shark won by 2 seconds. But yeah, a computer generated with real data, so it wasn't just like, hey, we're gonna draw a shark and make him fucking win. Like, they used real data and everything, so it's like he raced the idea of a shark.
There you go.
But for weeks they were talking about Michael Phelps was gonna race a shark, and they're like, all right, let's see the best swimmer in the world go against a real fucking shark.
Well, how did they think they were gonna wrangle the shark?
That's the thing.
Into the starting line.
No. Bitey, go back. You're jumping the gun here.
Stay. Okay, go. Come on. Come to me. He's holding like a pork chop. Come here.
I mean, even like turtle races and shit, they gotta really wrangle him. It's like, no, someone get in the water and hold the shark. Just like, once you let go, he'll start swimming, right? He definitely won't go after the person who's flailing in the water. He was racing a great white. You know, the kind of sharks that eat people.
Well, let's talk about how he only lost by 2 seconds. What a fucking lazy-ass fake shark.
Well,
like that shark should probably swim a lot faster.
How many medals does a shark have?
None.
Any that it can eat. Well, how dare you? Are you saying it's performance-enhanced shark? I'm
saying there's a possibility. Was this a Russian shark?
Ooh, shots fired.
Ooh.
Makes me want to blow up the world.
No.
All right, I won't blow up the world. We got a fantastic ray of light.
Okay.
And by light, I mean light it up. Because in Gardner, Maine, they're using a program that was inspired by some businesses in Colorado. Dennis Meehan, owner of the Summit Medical Marijuana store, they're doing an incentive program where if you bring in a bag of garbage that you've picked up from the area, they'll give you a little bag of marijuana for free.
Oh, there you go.
All you have to do is fill up a bag with trash from around town, return to the store, and get your bag. Which is, I don't know why.
Bag for a bag program.
I'm gonna, yeah. I'd imagine you can't just like bring a bag of garbage from home because they'll look like, this is clearly just your garbage. Like, gonna throw some leaves in there or some shit. But he's doing this to like beautify the community while also advertising his business.
Yeah.
Very smart business.
Oh yeah.
But
It's
he's saying
the cleanest place in the history of ever.
it's like this place is cleaned by a bunch of stoners. You're welcome, America.
Right.
The day of service isn't only about cleaning up the town, but also educating people about what he says is a life-changing substance. It's profound, he said. The research, there's a whole world of science out there. If you started the research today, 10 years from now, you'd still be doing the research. When you see this plant, when you see this plant have an incredibly life-changing impact on somebody that has given up on life, or somebody who's been given up on by modern medicine, you could bring them back to life and give them a quality of life. It doesn't just affect the patient; it affects every single person in the family. He hopes to extend the day of service to the whole state, not just his town. Kind of like we hope we get this real big that everyone can do this kind of thing. Like I said, he was inspired by someone in Colorado. They had a great response to it, and so he's hoping to do the same thing.
Everybody should be doing everything like Colorado. They have so much money now. Like, so much money.
That's the thing. Like, it's like a expensive place to live, but when everyone there is in the money, like constantly,
right?
Although hearing from someone that lives there, apparently there's starting to be like homeless issues because it's getting to be so expensive to live there. Like they're running into the problem of they're growing so fast and not everyone can keep up with it.
Legal marijuana sales totaled $1 billion in Colorado last year.
That's crazy. Can you imagine how much sales would happen just in the city of Chicago, let alone the state?
Yeah.
Like the state might not be that different, or it might be. If you subtract just the city of Chicago, the state might not be that substantial. But just the city alone, with the taxes, the state was teetering on defaulting.
Right. And that's the thing.
You could fix it in 2 years.
Colorado and the whole thing is that there is an aspect because right now, I know California is going through a housing crisis because everything is so expensive.
Well, San Francisco is like the most expensive place in the country to live. They're saying like a relatively tiny home costs like $4,000 a month to live in.
Yeah, they were sitting there and someone made a comment about. I remember we were talking to somebody at the pool when we were in LA, and they had made a comment about a house roughly near the edge of like Inglewood, like right bordering on
right where
a good area,
right where you can start getting the Whole Foods.
Yeah, and small ass house, probably 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom, $400,000.
Jesus,
just for that. So, good Lord.
Yeah. Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, if you can tax weed and people are willing to pay taxes on weed, fine, tax weed.
That's the thing. I know a lot of people are just like, if it were legal, I would do it, but I don't want to go through the possibility of getting in trouble for it. So that alone, you'd get sales from that. Not to mention how many businesses you could open up for dispensaries, for businesses that cater, like have some kind of an Uber for weed. Like weeder. I don't know.
No, I think, not even just...
The untapped job market.
Yeah. Like Jimmy was talking about, LA, especially with LA and their, decriminalizing and legalizing and everything like that.
Yeah.
To an extent, is he's like, there's always work to be done. You want to come by for a couple hours, make like $400, $500. Just fucking cutting and harvesting weed.
Well, I know somebody that works at a cultivation center out here. Well, a couple people, but one guy started out as an intern, ended up working his way to, he's working 12 to 14-hour days sometimes, making serious money in the industry he loves.
I'm washing lettuce. Soon I'll be on fries, then the grill. Just 2 years, I'm up to assistant manager.
What is that from?
And that's where the big bucks start rolling in.
What is that from?
Oh, come on. Really? Only 2 years.
It's not Clerks 2, is it?
No.
'Cause I feel like that was something that, Elias, is that the kid's name?
Yeah, but no.
Fast Times?
No. It's Coming to America.
Oh, yeah. It's been so long since I've seen the movie. I gotta watch it again.
Oh, God. I watched it like so many times when I
was trying to
growing
think
up.
of like movies that involve fast food. I'm like,
Right. Yeah, it was Louis Anderson.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm McDowell's. They're McDonald's. They have the golden arches. I have the golden arcs.
Well, I think that would do it.
That's going to do it for this week. We're going to find us online.
You can follow us individually on Twitter at Patrick Newsom42.
That's me.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMPE. Find this podcast by looking for at Stupid's Tweeting. You can find us on Facebook by searching for Stupid's Talking Stupid, or go on YouTube and search for Stupid's Talking Stupid.
Or under Whole Milk Grandma.
Or what?
Whole Milk Grandma. Yeah, and you can find all the other
She
stuff.
sounds kind of disgruntled.
All the stuff we do on dvmpe.com.
Now people are going to think we got the name from right now from this bit.
Yeah, right? Nope. dvmpe.com. That's going to do it for this week. For Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.